Hello, this is Drew Levinson coming to you from Wirtz Beverage Nevada. We're here today with Mr. Brian Ellis. He is the president and CEO of Death's Door Spirits. So, what is Death's Door, if you would, and where does the name, the history of the name come from?
Yeah, no, we get that question asked a lot. Death's Door is actually a passage of water. It's the deadliest passage in the Great Lakes. Death's Door Passage is a 6-mile passage of water between Washington Island and the Door Peninsula, and in Wisconsin. And it's significant to us because we grow our grain on Washington Island. We started with 5 acres 5 years ago, growing wheats, hard red winter wheat, and now we have 1,200 acres, all organic certified, that grow our grain. And we use some of that grain, gets used for a local beer, and then predominantly it's used for making our distilled spirits.
So in the Midwest, it's pretty unusual. There's not many spirits that you hear coming from that area. Is there, some special significance to that area for you and to the brands?
Yeah, well, I mean, it is the brand. I mean, the whole reason we got into this was promoting small family farms in the Midwest, and to draw that down to Wisconsin, to draw that down further, specifically on Washington Island. And so the idea that we could use this as a vehicle to keep families on their farms, to promote, conserve, and preserve farming as a way of life on this island has really been cool.
And originally you started with the gin. Was that the original, or was it the vodka, or how did you decide which spirit category you were going to jump into first?
Yeah, we did the vodka first, and I always like to say vodka supports my whiskey habit. Vodka's really good because it's an unaged product. You can make it pretty readily, and it was the idea that it's also a big market. So we did the vodka first because we thought we'd have the most traction in getting in there. I also say all this, my background is not in the spirits industry, and so I've been pretty good at, in the first year of doing everything you shouldn't do as a spirits supplier. But I like to say that we made all those mistakes early on so that we could get them out of the way. But the gin was really something that we followed up with pretty soon after. And it was the idea that I liked, that it was more of an expression of the place. Using the local juniper berries from Washington Island, using coriander and fennel from the region as well, was a way for us to really showcase what was going on in the state. It wasn't just taking a grain and turning it into a high-proof spirit, but it was instead crafting something that was more artisan, and certainly something that was in a rising category, as gin has been.
And one of the newest projects that you have is the white whiskey. Now, let's talk about unusual. That's something that, how did that come to you, and what was the background of white whiskey for you?
Yeah, well, white whiskey, I mean, in general, is not a category. I mean, now they're sort of starting to define this as they call the new spirit category, or unaged category. There's sort of no category for it. We got into it because we were putting stuff in barrel and barrel aging some whiskey, and a whiskey fanatic came to us and said that he loved the white whiskey or the new make so much that we should make it right now, and he was a distributor and offered to buy 50 cases. At that time, and even now, we needed the money, and so I made 50 cases for him. He sold it right away. We got in the news, we got in the press, we got more people that wanted to buy it, and so it sort of created a life of its own. But I think that's sort of the testament of craft distilling, is that we can do stuff. It doesn't take a multi-million-dollar campaign to decide what we want to do and buy billboards and ad buys and all these other things. It's like we just make it, and if it's good and people like it, they buy it, we'll make more. And it's not one of these things that we have to think too long and hard about it.
We're really excited to have your brands and kick them off into the Las Vegas market. And so get out there and look for Death's Door Spirits out in your favorite bar and establishment. Thank you again, Brian, for joining us.
No problem. Happy to be here.
Happy to see you. Thank you.